Into the dark unknown. From their base in Cyprus, British tornadoes head into the night sky armed with Storm Shadow missiles, which they would fire at a military facility just outside Homs. The objective, according to the Prime Minister, very specific in scope.
This is not about intervening in a civil war. It is not about regime change. It is about a limited and targeted strike that does not further escalate tensions in the region. We cannot allow the use of chemical weapons to become normalised.
French jets were also on their way, and the French government described the attack on Syria in similar language.
Elle est circonscrite.
It is limited to precise objectives, the destruction of the chemical capacity of the Syrian regime in order to prevent it from carrying out more chemical attacks and for pursuing its strategy of terror against its own population. This action is proportionate and targeted.
On the streets of Paris, some support for the attack.
I think that the strike that was announced is a good thing. I think that is our Western society's duty to advocate a certain example.
It's dangerous to face up to Russia. We don't know how relations can be with Putin.
Back in London, it's possible that British public opinion, haunted as it is by what's seen here as the disastrous invasion of Iraq, may be more sceptical. The main opposition leader characteristically cautious about the use of force.
Parliament should be consulted, Parliament should be allowed to take a view on this, but instead the strikes were launched last night. Parliament is in session on Monday. She could have come to Parliament on Monday to discuss the whole situation. Instead, they've launched these strikes. She claims there is a legal basis for it. I've asked her in a letter I've just sent to her this morning to publish in full the legal basis and justification for it.
Well, later in the day, the government did publish a summary of the legal advice which it took before launching the attack. It justified it on the basis that the suffering in Douma had been extreme and that the use of British force had been proportionate. That's the argument Theresa May will make when she appears before members of Parliament on Monday. But already her critics are saying that that parliamentary debate should have taken place before, not after the attack was launched. Barnaby, Phillips, Al Jazeera, Westminster in central London.